Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Simply Cooking. I'm your host, Stacie Simfukwe, and today I have a very special guest with me. He's absolutely hilarious. We've chatted a lot over the years. This is my very good friend, Adam Jeter. He's the
Nice to
owner.
meet you.
Hey. He's the owner of Spartan.
Spartan, Tusk, and Feather Livestock.
See, I never get the other part. I get Spartan and Tusk, and then the rest of it.
The rest of it.
Yes. So, what is the inspiration for that name?
So the inspiration for the name is it comes from a deployment that I did in 2006, 2007.
Okay.
Our battalion commander had named us. They dubbed us the Spartans. We were Task Force 300 when we deployed to Iraq. During that deployment, we lost 22 soldiers, and it was my goal to develop a name for the farm that would pay homage to those fallen brothers and allow me to live their lives through me, if that makes sense.
Right. Just a way to memorialize them.
Exactly.
Awesome sauce. That's awesome. Well, first of all, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
I know how hard that is, being a military family ourselves. So today we are making a play off of Bacon Primavera, except we're going to go very, very light-ish. Adam's over here, and he is working on his delicious bacon from his farm. Why don't you tell us about your bacon? Why is it so good?
Magic. It's all magic. So we raise all heritage hogs. So all of our hogs, we have a variety of different breeds: Berkshire, Hereford, a little bit of Tamworth. We just got some Durocs.
Okay.
So there's definitely a difference in flavor when it comes to heritage breed livestock, which is something I found very exciting because growing up, I didn't eat pork chops because they were grocery store pork chops. They were very thin. They dried out very easily.
Yeah.
And so there's kind of a combination of the way that we raise our livestock. So we have a pasture-based model. So they're fed a ration to supplement them, but a lot of the foraging that they eat throughout the farm is all pasture-raised.
Awesome. So, I was telling the crew before we came on air that my husband, he does not eat pork at all. But if I tell him that I have some bacon or any pork products from your farm, that he is like, let's go.
All right.
He's ready to eat.
All right, that's exciting.
He loves that. He will not eat anything else. So now my whole family is is very, very bougie. And now we don't eat any pork unless it comes from your farm.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
We love, love, love what you're doing over there. And so I see you're crisping up the bacon.
Yes.
I just sliced up some grape tomatoes into quarters. And this looks like a lot of spinach. It is not a lot of spinach. This is going to wilt completely down. We're going to make a cream sauce. I have some milk here. I have some onions. I have onions. I really didn't want onions. I wanted shallots. But at the grocery store, I was looking all over the place for shallots, and it was just like, no.
Non-existent?
No, I thought they were, like it was a scavenger hunt, and I was going to get a prize if I found it. But no, there was none, so I couldn't get that, so I just settled on the onions. I like shallots because it has a very mild flavor, where onions kind of punch you in the face.
Okay.
So, but we're going to go with the onions, and look at the bacon. It's beautiful.
It's getting there. It's pretty close, I think.
This is what I love about your bacon. And all that rendered fat. Now, mind you, we put the bacon in a dry pan. There was no fat. We didn't add any oil. I have oil on standby, some olive oil on standby, but there's no oil. You can get all of the fat you need from the bacon, and we're going to use that to make our cream sauce. I have some flour, so we can go ahead and make a delicious roux. Yep, that's how we do it.
Speaking my language now.
Yes, I am. So what is your favorite thing to make with your bacon?
All right, so what we generally like to do, there's a couple different things, but
Okay.
I would say probably one of my favorite things is, hopefully I'm saying this right, it's coq au vin.
Okay.
Which is, if I remember correctly, a French dish that
Yes,
my
it
wife
is.
makes with chicken thighs, and she puts our bacon in there, and it is to die for. Probably one of my
Really?
favorite recipes.
Okay, what kind of wine does she put in there? The wine. What kind of wine is she? White.
Whatever's on the
Well,
shelf.
coq au vin is French for chicken and wine. So I'm just wondering what kind of wine she puts in there, and is she sipping
Usually
when
a
she
red,
cooks?
but
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you what kind exactly.
Okay. I'll just call Tiff and find
Yeah,
out
that's probably a good idea.
and steal her recipe if
phone
it's
a
good
friend.
enough. Okay, so it's good and
Good?
crispy, so we can go ahead and transfer that over. Just scoop it because we need that fat. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful bacon. And it's crispy, and I love crispy bacon, don't you?
Oh, I do love crispy bacon.
I don't know. Like my son, the other day, I made some bacon for him, and he was like, I like it a little chewy. And I'm like, okay. Everybody has their different preferences. I'm not going to put any yuck in his yum, but I prefer my bacon to be very crispy. I like some bite to it.
I do too. Oh, got a little piece there.
Yes, I heard that yes over there. That's the way I like it. And I love like the sweetness that you can smell off of the bacon. Like it's not just the saltiness, the salty smell, if that makes sense to anybody. But it has like a little sweetness to the smell of your bacon too.
Well, thank you.
I love it. It's like a mapley, brown sugary kind of thing going on.
If I can get it all out of the pan here.
It's okay if you don't.
Okay.
We're going to make it work.
Okay.
All right. So, here you go. Oh, yeah,
All
I'm
right.
putting you to work. You're
Oh
gonna-
yeah, no, I'm ready.
So, you're going to throw that in. What's our heat like?
I turned it off. Let's spark it back up again.
Let's get that going. Okay, about medium.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cook that down. And then after we get our onions going, get that a little tender, we're going to go ahead and put in our, actually, let's put in our herbs. Because I like to
Okay.
toast our herbs. Do you
Yeah.
toast your herbs?
I have to be honest.
Yeah.
I can make a mean spaghetti. So Tiffany does most of the cooking.
Okay, got
So,
you.
so when you ask me if I roast my herbs, I would say probably not, because usually when I'm, spaghetti's become my forte. It's one of the things that the kids look for.
Right.
So it kind of goes into the sauce with
Right.
it and gets sautéed
Okay.
with it. So
Well, I like to toast my herbs because it adds like a little smokiness. So I'm just going to this is oregano. So we're going to throw that in. And I know we're like, how do we know it's oregano? It smells like oregano. And this is basil. Go ahead and throw some basil in there. And then I'm going to put a little bit of garlic powder. I don't like to toast that because it tends to burn. There's a lot of sugar in garlic, so it burns like that. So you
Okay.
can go ahead and toss that around.
all right,
Make sure it gets nice and toasty.
it's looking good already. Look at
Beautiful,
this.
yeah. And then we're going to put this in.
Ooh,
This is my flour. This is regular AP flour. You can actually use like brown rice flour too as a good thickener if you want to stay away from the AP flour. And try to stay away from a lot of white flours because it has that bleaching stuff in there, and that's not really good. So we're going to add that. Let me put the rest of that. Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to put that in there. Go ahead, stir it around.
Okay.
Let it get nice and thick.
Well, I can see what you're saying. I can smell all of the aromas coming from.
You smell the herbs
Oh
kind of
yeah,
like coming.
that's really nice.
It helps to release it. You know, our herbs still have little pores in it. Even if it's dry herbs, it has little pores in it, and we want to make sure all the pores kind of release. Okay? And I'm going to do something I usually don't do. We're going to put a little bit of the spinach in.
Okay.
Go ahead and cook that down. I usually don't do this, but I feel adventurous today.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get adventurous.
Let's throw it in there.
I'm excited.
And we're going to let it wilt down. So we want as much heat as we can so it can wilt. I'm going to give you some more spinach.
Okay.
And then the rest of the spinach. And then we're going to add the milk, and then we'll add the tomatoes last. The only hinky thing about spinach is it will turn your sauce green, which I think is funny. It's great when you have kids and your food turns different colors because kids love colors, don't they? I'm going to give you a little milk.
Okay.
And then I'll give you a little more once that cooks down a little bit. You turn the heat down just a touch. I'm just gonna stir it.
That's usually what my biggest issue is.
What?
Cook on 1 temp the whole time, and then
Everything burns. We're gonna add a little bit more.
yeah, look at that.
Look at it's beautiful. And that's another thing. When you put your bacon in, then you kind of season everything with your bacon fat. You don't have to use as much salt. I am going to add pepper because pepper is special.
Pepper is special.
It is very special. Let me add some chili powder.
Okay.
This chili powder makes everything better. So there's my chili powder. Just a touch. Where's my towel? Look at that. I'm going to add some more milk because we want a sauce.
Right.
And now I'm going to add these tomatoes. You ready? Stir that up. Now, we have our noodles here because we pre-made those. What I love about noodles is that with these noodles, or any noodles for that matter, is that when you cook them, sometimes you have to work on the sauce. On the side, your noodles are sitting there, they're waiting, they're like, come on, I'm ready to get in the pot. And they stick together. And when they stick together, the best thing to do is rinse them with cold water. And that'll force them to kind of separate.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
See, I'm learning stuff too.
So look at that. That's a beautiful
Yeah,
sauce.
this looks great.
I think we don't need any more milk. So
Okay.
let's go ahead and drop those noodles in there. Do you want to toss the noodles in?
Sure. Oh,
Yeah,
spoon
however you
them
want to
in.
do it.
All right, I'm going to just get them in there.
Just throw them in there. It doesn't have to be pretty. I got sprayed earlier with some club soda, so
Did
it's
you
all
really?
good. Yeah, it happens. It
It
happens.
happens.
Oh, yeah, that looks beautiful. Absolutely. We're going to turn off the heat. We don't need
Oop.
heat anymore. It's fine. Look at
That's
that.
great.
Beautiful. Look at all
That
those
sauce
colors.
up there.
See, you know what?
Noodles down. Noodles
Noodles
down.
down. They're just jumping out of the pot. They're like, okay.
Oh, that looks amazing.
A little bit of pepper. And then a little bit of salt. Just a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit more. All right.
So I'm excited. I'm going to have to show this to my son who is currently in culinary school.
Yes, I heard. Yes.
And I'm going to show them this wonderful recipe that
Just
I'm
rub it in
making
his face.
and make his mouth water and show him that Dad does have some skills. Well, it's really Miss Stacie's skills.
You know what? I will definitely loan them out to you.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and sprinkle this bacon. Go ahead and just
Okay.
sprinkle it. Go ahead and take off your gloves, and then you
Okay.
can sprinkle the bacon right on top.
Whoa.
Look at that. Pretty. Look at that beautiful bacon. I love it. It's one of my kids' favorite dishes. And what I love is it's straight up and down what you can pull out of your fridge. Pull anything out, throw it in a pot. Always keep pasta on hand, and you can make this like any night of the week. And
This-
we did that in a snap.
And this was very, very simple.
Oh yeah.
I
That's
could,
why.
I could do this.
You
I could do that.
That's why this is why the show is called Simply Cooking, because that's
Yeah.
what we do. We simply cook the simplest recipes. You know, I don't even think we need to plate it. I think this is perfect where it's at. All right. I don't have any forks, y'all. I was not prepared today, but it looks good to me.
No, this looks fantastic.
Are you going to try it?
Yes, I do want to try it.
Okay. Just bad habits.
My bad habits?
My bad habits.
Oh. Oh,
It's
wow.
good.
That's fantastic.
Delicious.
Mm.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Excuse me. Thank you guys for tuning in to Simply Cooking. I'm your host, Stacie Simfukwe, with my really good friend, Adam Jeter. He provided the delicious bacon. If you want more information, go to our Facebook page, Simply Cooking FSU. And remember to simply cook. This is really good.
That was good.
It's too good.